let's get working on making our message to people clear by some review of our letters of the alphabet. So really important is that you take your time and use your finger, use your pencil very carefully, so that this isn't something you're doing in a sloppy way. You just won't get to be better at it if you don't take your time. So we need to practice capitals and lowercase. And to start with, capitals are always as tall as the top line all the way to the bottom. Using the lines is so important. So for a capital A, you start at the top line, come down to the bottom line diagonally. Let me try that again. Start at the top line, come down to the bottom line diagonally, go back to your top line, diagonally the other way, and you do your crossing line right on the middle. So that's the capital A. I'm sure you can do better with your pencil than I can with my finger. Capital B, start at that top line, come down to the bottom. You're going to make a hump in each section, nice out to the side, a hump that fills up the top section, and a hump that fills up the bottom section. Now, capital C is a little tricky because we don't start exactly at the top. We have to start a little bit lower so that you can curve up and back and then down and around. See if I can get that to move there, but don't close it. Now, capital D, again, like a lot of capital letters, top to bottom. And then you can make one huge hump out to the side. And capital E, that's just a lot of straight lines, but it's important that they are straight. So top to bottom, straight line out to the side on the top, straight line out to the side on the dotted, and straight line out to the side on the bottom. Now, our lowercase letters we make much more often than our capital, and so they're really important that we do them well. So lowercase a, again, is kind of like a C. You don't start right on a line. You have to start, I'll kind of make a dot on this one here, a little bit lower than the dotted line because you're going to curve up and back. I'm going to erase that and try again. Not the easiest thing to do with my finger. Okay. Start a little bit lower than the dotted line and curve up and back and around. Now finish that circle, but then push straight up to the dotted line and pull straight down to the bottom line. Now, lowercase b and lowercase d are awfully confusing because they're a circle and a stick. But your lowercase b, if you look at the capital B right above it, it's kind of like the capital. You're just missing the top hump. So like the capital B, just do that straight line top to bottom, but don't do the top hump. Just do the bottom one, but you do it a little differently. You push up and retrace and start to swing out to make your circle and curve up and around to finish that circle. Okay. Lowercase c, a lot like lowercase capital, you just have to make it smaller, and the size is determined by the lines. So start a little bit below the dotted line. Curve up and around, and don't close it. Now we're ready for lowercase d. Don't make the line first. That's how you can be different than the B. You start with that circle part. So like the other ones that curve, you start a little bit lower than the dotted line. You curve up and around, and then you finish your circle, but you're not done. Like the A, push straight up and go all the way to the top, and now pull all the way back down to the bottom. And lowercase e, you have to make that straight line first. So you're not on the dotted, you're below. So make your straight line below your dotted line, but then do your curving up, back, and around. And don't close it. So that is our first letters that we are working on. Practice them slowly. Practice each 3 times before you do things on the rest of those pages. Each one 3 times.